Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we continue to deal with dangerous heat across the area. We mentioned this morning, I know that personally we got a message from Joplin schools saying that recess for elementary school kids not happening the rest of the week because it's too hot. And I imagine there's a number of other districts taking similar precautions because it is too hot. And I was noticing this as we take a look at cameras around the area, it's almost, there's something different. You can almost feel the heat just looking at these cameras. Now, we've seen sunny days on them before, but just something feels different. You can almost feel the heat radiating off of this. Of course, this is the MoDOT camera at 32nd in range line, and the MoDOT camera at US 60 Missouri 59 Neosho, looking again back to the east toward Lusk Drive. See what I mean? There's just something about it. You can feel the heat. Even our camera here at the KOAM studios just north of Crestline. And with our camera here, one thing that is handy, you can see that's not fog. This is the haze, and there's even a tint, a little tinge to the sky from all of the moisture that's out there. And a quick look at the KDOT camera at US 69 and East 528th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh. Same thing. It's a little easier to see along the tree line off in the distance, but you can see that haze out there. That is just how thick the air is. It's like walking into a swimming pool. That's what our news director said yesterday, and she's absolutely right. It's like walking into the water. You almost need scuba gear to get by with how thick the air is. And we have the excessive heat warnings again through Thursday at 10 o'clock for Kansas and Missouri. And as we've mentioned, Tulsa playing this 2 days at a time. So the excessive heat warning in northeast Oklahoma now goes until 8 p.m. tonight and resumes tomorrow until 8 p.m. as well. But again, wouldn't be surprised if it continues to get extended as we deal with the heat. But as I mentioned, there's some good news down the road. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. We are 94 in Joplin. Sunny skies, and if you look, you can still see kind of that tint to the sky from the moisture out there. Feels like 108 with a dew point of 77, humidity at 58%. So our humidity is down just a bit from yesterday, and that's helping a little, but not by much. We're at 93 in Pittsburgh, sunny skies, 105 is what it feels like, that dew point of 76. And temperatures around the area from east to west, it gets hotter. So we've got 94 Stockton, Carthage, 92 Monette, 90 in Nevada, and then we go 96 Parsons, Chanute, 92 Iola, 97 Neodesha, Sedan, and 96 in Independence, 93 Miami, Veneta. And we factor in the dew points, which again are at just incredible levels as they're in the upper 70s and into the 80s. And look at Nowata. We're talking 86 for the dew point. And that is beyond this chart. We are in the miserable range, which is above where Soupy would be. And because of that, take a look at the heat index in Nowata. 118 is what it feels like. 111 Parsons, Chatopa, 113 Neodesha, 116 Independence, 110 Lamar, feels like 114. Even though it's a little cooler in Stockton, with the dew point, feels like 114. So we are talking still significant heat index values, and that will continue. They're going to reach their peak later this evening. Look at Miami, 123, Miami and Grove, and this is midnight. And these are like mid-afternoon temperatures. Heat index values still in the low 90s. We're going to repeat this process again tomorrow at the peak heating of the day. Heat index values 105 to 115, so slightly better. And as we head into our Thursday, again, 105, 110, 115 common out there. And this is why. We don't usually show you this travel map, but it's the best way to show you what's going on. There are a lot out here. We have this dome of high pressure right over us, and you can see where this heat reaches all the way up into the Dakotas and Minnesota, and that's why it's just pulling in all this moisture, all this heat, and keeping everything away from us. So again, just make sure you stay hydrated, limit those outdoor activities, wear the lightweight, light-colored clothes, check on elderly pets and children, and if you don't have to be outside, of course, don't be, because heat exhaustion likely, heat stroke quite possible out there. Still looking at highs today, upper 90s, lower 100s out there with a light southerly breeze, and as we go through the evening, we are hot and clear, so rather unpleasant out there. Now I wanted to tell you the good news. And here's where it comes. As we head toward the end of the week, yes, we're still in the triple digits. However, our humidity and dew point levels start to fall back a little bit as we head toward Friday. So by the time we get to Friday, we're looking at heat index values of only a couple 3 degrees higher. So it's still hot. I'm not saying it's not, but it's considerably better than 120. And then as we head into the weekend, the next week, we have some scattered storm chances Saturday and Sunday into Monday, and our temperatures fall back to much more seasonable, much more manageable levels as we go back into the mid-upper 80s and some lower 90s out there. But we've still got to get from here to there, and it's going to feel like it's taken forever.
It's bad. I've never experienced any kind of weather like this before.
It's pretty nasty out
Very
there.
bad. Well, stick around because we're making crepes in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back.